Is 100,000 ZIL enough for a house down payment? It's the question that keeps thousands of investors awake at night, staring at their mobile wallets. We've all seen the moon math on social media. Those influencers screaming about Zilliqa hitting $5, $10, or even $50. But here's the cold, hard truth. The market doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about liquidity, circulating supply, and market capitalization. In this video, we aren't just pulling numbers out of a hat. We are putting Zilliqa 2.0 through the market cap math ringer. We're going to look at three very specific, very realistic scenarios, ranging from the play-it-safe conservative view to the dollar dream that everyone is chasing. By the end of this breakdown, you'll know exactly what needs to happen for ZIL to change your life, and more importantly, how much you actually need to hold to reach your personal finish line. If you're betting your future on a price target without checking the market cap, you are not investing, you are just buying a very expensive lottery ticket. Scenario 1, the conservative view, the reality check. Let's start with the ground floor, the conservative target of 2 cents to 3 cents. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's it? That's barely a move. But look at the landscape. In 2026, the Layer 1 and Layer 2 space is easily 10 times more crowded than it was during the 2021 bull run. Back then, Zilliqa was one of the few sharding pioneers. Today it's fighting for oxygen against giants like Ethereum's L2S, Solana, and a dozen other high-speed chains. In this scenario, we assume Zilliqa 2.0 successfully launches, but struggles to steal major market share from the big three. At a price of 3 cents, Zilliqa's market cap would sit around $600 million, based on a circulating supply approaching 20 billion. This is a safe, sustainable target that accounts for moderate growth without requiring a global miracle. It's the staying alive valuation for a project that has proven it can survive the bear markets. Is it better to be a small fish in a massive ocean, or a big fish in a pond that's slowly drying up? Scenario 2, the mid-range bull case, the sweet spot. Now let's turn up the heat. The mid-range bull case targets 20 cents to 25 cents. This would represent a massive 16x to 20x return from the lows. To hit this, Zilliqa 2.0 doesn't just need to work, it needs to win. We're talking about massive adoption of X shards, a surge in gaming dApps, and institutional players using their verifiable identity tools. The math here is fascinating. At 25 cents, Zilliqa's market cap would land between $4 billion and $5 billion. To put that in perspective, that's still significantly smaller than BNB's previous $100 billion peak or Solana's multi-billion-dollar valuations. It's entirely doable if Zilliqa becomes a top 20 or top 30 project again. This is the scenario where your 100,000 ZIL starts looking like a very respectable car or a significant life upgrade, rather than just a weekend getaway. A 20x return sounds like a fantasy until you realize that in crypto, the impossible happens every Tuesday. Scenario 3, the dollar dream, the $1 ZIL. The dollar dream. This is the holy grail for ZIL holders. A $1 ZIL would mean a roughly 74x return from current levels. On the surface it sounds like pure hopium. But let's use the market cap math. For ZIL to hit $1, its market cap needs to reach $20 billion. Is that illogical? Not if you look at the macro picture. If we enter a supercycle where Bitcoin and Ethereum reach a combined market cap of $8 trillion, the overflow of capital into high-utility altcoins would be unprecedented. In an $8 trillion market, a $20 billion valuation for a top-tier, EVM-compatible, lightning-fast shard-based network isn't just a dream, it's a statistical possibility. It would require Zilliqa to capture just 0.25% of the total market. It's a steep hill to climb, but the math says the path exists. If Bitcoin is the gold and Ethereum is the oil, Zilliqa is trying to be the high-speed fiber optic cable that connects them both. So how do you play this? You ignore the random triangles and the Moon Boy charts. The strategy for 2026 is simple: dollar cost averaging (DCA) and extreme patience. When you focus on fundamental growth, like the transition to Zilliqa 2.0 and the 2-second block finality, you stop panicking over daily price swings. The goal isn't to guess the top, it's to accumulate enough of the asset so that even the conservative scenario makes a difference, while the bull cases change your zip code. Set your targets based on market cap reality. If you know that a $5 billion market cap gets you to your financial milestone, you won't be tempted to sell too early or hold too long waiting for a miracle dollar that might not come this cycle. Most people lose money because they have a millionaire's exit plan with a gambler's entry strategy. At the end of the day, price predictions are just a framework. Zilliqa 2.0 has the tech, the makeover is underway, and the math shows there is plenty of room to run. Whether you're holding out for the dollar dream or looking to take profits at the mid-range, the most important thing is having a plan that is grounded in reality, not just hype. You now have the numbers. You have the scenarios. Now, it's time to look at your own bag and ask yourself, am I positioned for the math, or am I just hoping for a miracle? Stay grounded, stay informed, and let the market cap be your North Star. If this deep dive into market cap math helped clear the crypto fog for you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Staying updated with the latest blockchain insights isn't just about catching the next pump. It's about understanding the underlying mechanics of wealth in the digital age. We're here to give you the data, the strategy, and the realism you won't find anywhere else. Take full control of your crypto with Ledger Live. Manage thousands of coins and NFTs securely in one place. Buy, swap, stake, and grow your portfolio with ease. Trusted by 7+ million users, Ledger Live keeps your assets safe by integrating with Ledger hardware wallets for maximum security. Say goodbye to third-party risks and hello to true financial freedom. Download Ledger Live now. Click the link in the description to get started. Crypto taxes don't have to be a nightmare. Coinly calculates your taxes in under 20 minutes. No spreadsheets, no headaches. Sync your crypto assets with one click. Whether you're trading, staking, or using DeFi, import your trades, track your portfolio, and generate ready-to-file tax reports effortlessly. Join thousands who trust Coinly to simplify their crypto taxes. Make tax season stress-free. Click the link in the description to get started with Coinly today. The information contained herein is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing herein shall be construed to be financial, legal, investment, or tax advice. The content of this video is solely the opinions of the channel owner, who is not a licensed financial advisor or registered investment advisor. Trading cryptocurrencies poses a considerable risk of loss. Please use your best judgment when dealing with cryptocurrencies and don't invest money that you cannot afford to lose. The channel does not guarantee any particular outcome.